Coming up on Nittany Game Week.
You're going to get to experience what this fan base feels like and how special this place really is.
The football team ends their spring season with Blue-White Weekend. Not going to be a traditional intra-squad game for Penn State. What fans can expect to see when Coach Campbell and a bunch of new Lions take the field at Beaver Stadium.
We want to make him proud, and everything he's taught us and given us, we want to give that back.
It's not quite the end of an era for men's volleyball coach Mark Pavlik. How the team honors their legendary coach and the motivation that drives them heading into the postseason. And it's a home course advantage for the men's golf team. Why the Rutherford Intercollegiate is such an important tournament for the program to host. This is Nittany Game Week. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nittany Game Week. I'm Todd Sadowski alongside Ryan Yee. The men's and women's lacrosse teams both reached the postseason. A freshman slugger breaks a record on the softball team. And the men's golf team, well, they use home course advantage to best the competition.
Yeah, and the men's volleyball team celebrates their legendary coach at the regular season finale. First, though, we start with the culmination of spring football practice as we reach Blue-White Weekend.
One of the neat things for our kids this time around is you're going to get to experience what this fan base feels like and how special this place really is. And I think even, last Saturday, there were a lot of big eyes walking into that stadium and how powerful it feels to walk in there.
It should be just as exciting for the fans to check out their new team for the first time. And while they look around at some of the improvements to West Shore home field at Beaver Stadium. Penn State has hit the reset button on the football program, and Coach Campbell understands the time constraints.
We can't waste a great practice. I think these are critical reps for our football team. So, I kind of see the first 20, 25 minutes of like what normal practice would look like, a team stretch, and then obviously get ourselves a little bit of individual inside run, a little bit of 7-on-7. But then, really the bulk load of the rest of the day will be driving. We'll get an opportunity to just continue to work on our football team and work on driving the football, different areas of the field. But, a lot like probably what you see on most spring games.
In addition to the actual practice, the other highlights on Saturday include a stadium block party with free activities starting at 9 a.m. That leads up to the practice at 1 o'clock. Team arrival, always a big deal. That takes place at 10:45. The cheerleaders and dance team bring the spirit at 11:30. Before you see the players on the field, you can meet them on the main concourse and get some free autographs from 11 a.m. until noon. You heard Coach discuss the workouts, which begins at 1. All the info you need on Blue-White Weekend can be found at gopsusports.com.
And might as well add another honor to an already historic career. Men's volleyball coach Mark Pavlik earns another EIVA Coach of the Year award to his lengthy resume. His 714 career wins ranks as third most in the history of collegiate men's volleyball across all divisions. Nittany Game Week's Lauren Bradford shows us how the team celebrates their legendary leader at the regular season finale.
The Nittany Lions closed the book on their regular season with a 2-game sweep of George Mason to grow their win streak to 9 in a row and remain undefeated in conference play.
I don't like to think of it as like we're on a 9-game win streak. We go into every game, like brand new game. We're here to win. Doesn't matter what we did before.
Aside from the play on the court was the moment of celebration after the game, taking time to recognize the impact of this year's senior class.
It's always fun watching players through their career not just improve with the sport and with the skill, but their understanding of how they can make people around them better. They've taken the time to really invest in their teammates, and I couldn't have asked for better captains for this year.
Not only was it a curtain call for the seniors as they played their last regular season game inside Rec Hall, it was also Coach Pavlik's last regular season game inside the home he became a legend in.
You play Friday, you play Saturday, you're off Sunday, you prepare Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you play Friday, you play Saturday, you're off Sunday, you prepare Monday, Tuesday. It's Groundhog's Day. It's been Groundhog's Day for me for 30 plus years. So nothing has really changed this year. I just know I got to put up with these guys for another week, and that's my blessing or curse, take your pick. But it hasn't hit me. Let's talk in July when the first time I get in the car and drive to State College and mindlessly pull into the Rec Hall Canyon parking lot and say, what the hell am I doing here? So, but it's been an honor to go out with these guys. It really has.
An honor that's felt both ways.
We don't want to be the group. We don't want to be that guy that doesn't win past final year. Kind of send him into the sunset. You kind of understand that you're playing for something bigger than just like personal accolades. But you have to be prideful to put on the Penn State jersey, prideful to play in Rec Hall for Pav. And you know, when you look out in the crowd and you see 100 alumni who are all back here for one reason, it makes it real easy to kind of play for that purpose.
Pav's given everything he's got this year, and we want to make him proud, and everything he's taught us and given us, you know, we want to give that back this year and really make it a memorable year for him.
Don't be mistaken, though. Penn State isn't done yet. They're back at home to defend their EIVA tournament championship, looking to use lessons learned from their final regular season matches to prepare them for a lengthy postseason run.
I think those 5-game matches points out some things, and you know, winning is the world's greatest anesthetic. When you're threatened and you know you're feeling like, hey, this could be taken away from us, to be able to go back and take a look at what you've done and how you've done it, I think it gives us a real good opportunity to do that.
The Nittany Lions are grateful for home court and home fan advantage as they go for their third straight EIVA championship. Lauren Bradford for Nittany Game Week.
Of course, the team wants to stretch the season as far as they can for Coach Pav.
Yeah, sounds like both of the lacrosse programs. The women's team is on a rapid ascent to national prominence. They surprise a lot of opponents in Coach Trainer's first year with their talent and competitiveness.
Aquino off the hitch. He scores! Hunter Aquino!
Sophomore Hunter Aquino leads the attack against Rutgers in the regular season finale with 4 goals and an assist. PSU hammers the Scarlet Knights 16-8 to capture the Friendship Cup between the two teams for the 5th consecutive year. It's another ranked win for the 7-5 Nittany Lions, and the blowout W fits the pattern. Their victories are by a comfortable margin. 4 of their 5 setbacks are by just 1 goal. They have part of a 4-way share now for the Big Ten title, and thanks to some tiebreakers, they get the 2 seed and a bye into the conference tournament semifinals.
Framing this thing up as a work week, not a rest week, is really important. And then the second phase of that is just making sure that your leaders, especially your seniors, just approach it as such. There's got to be an action plan coming in every day that follows a great sense of urgency and a hunger to get better. And if those things work out on either side of the ledger, you're going to be in good shape.
PSU plays the winner of Maryland and Rutgers this Thursday, April 30th at 6 o'clock. The semifinals and championship are both in Piscataway, New Jersey on the Rutgers campus.
On the women's side, a heartbreaking end to what many consider a successful first year for head coach Kayla Trainer and her Nittany Lions. Big Ten tournament quarterfinals, a matchup with Michigan, and in a nail-biter, a Rocket Allen goal pulls Penn State within 1 with under 4 minutes to go. Momentum surmounting for PSU, but the Wolverines hold off a Nittany Lions comeback. PSU falls short 13-12. The 2026 season a close, but a bright future ahead for Trainer and her team. Coming up, it's tea time in Happy Valley for the men's golf team as they host their annual Rutherford Intercollegiate Tournament. How they're able to go low and best a competitive field. More Nittany Game Week is on the way.
The opening drive is sponsored by R&R Express. Every shipment moved contributes to autism research and inclusion through the Excel Foundation. Nittany Game Week is brought to you by West Shore Home, official partner of Penn State football.
Welcome back to Nittany Game Week. Doesn't matter the sport, it's always nice to compete on your home turf. The men's golf team utilizes the familiar terrain at the Blue-White course to top 12 competitors in their annual Rutherford Intercollegiate.
I think one of the things that's weird about college golf versus the other sports is you generally only have one home tournament. You spend the whole year on the road. So the chance to kind of come home to Happy Valley, play in front of your friends, your family, seeing the kids have their friends come out and watch them, girlfriends or just buddies from town, it's an awesome experience. The Rutherford's always been special that way.
This was the 49th Rutherford tournament. It's a 13-team field with 75 players. The college years go quickly, so this is an event the Nittany Lions golfers do not want to miss.
This is one of the longest running college golf tournaments in Division I golf. I played in 4 of them myself. So it's one of these tournaments that, for years and years and years, people remember it. You only get to play 4 while you're here. So it's, the chance to kind of come out on the blue course and play at home, it's very special.
Penn State captures the team title for the 32nd time in tournament history. They tie their own record with a combined 9-under score. Andrew Barraza becomes the 22nd PSU individual champ. It's a big advantage anytime you tee it up on the home course.
You know the balances, you know the good things and the bad things that can happen. So that's really the advantage. It's just your home course knowledge really helps.
Over to softball, there's making an instant impact, and then there's what Allison Oneacre is doing in her first year as a Nittany Lion. The freshman cements herself in Penn State history after a 3 RBI performance against Ohio State last week, gets her into the record books. Oneacre's 2 home run, 3 RBI game against the Buckeyes last Saturday gives the freshman a whopping 55 RBIs on the season, the most ever in program history. The freshman passes junior teammate Brooke Clausewitz's 53 ribbies set last season on a Oneacre-less offensive powerhouse Nittany Lions squad in 2025. You add Oneacre to that mix, well, the rookie sensation is turning heads. Among her 55 RBI, she is also the first Penn Stater to have 3 multi-home run games. The magic number now is 5 for Oneacre to continue to add to her remarkable season to pass Cassidy Bell's 2013 single-season home run record of 20. The Penn State's baseball team had an eventful weekend. Ice cream day at Medler Field, a tough 4-1 loss to the Scarlet Knights. However, the next day come back with a vengeance, a scorcher 14-13 win to split the series against their Big Ten foe. Dollar Dog Night on Tuesday is another high-scoring affair. They beat Bucknell 9-7 and now get back to Big Ten play with the weekend series against Oregon. Up next, they may hear their name called in the NFL draft or possibly sign a free agent contract. We catch up with former Nittany Lions trying to make their NFL dreams a reality this weekend in our Impact interview. Nittany Game Week returns after this.
Impact Interview is sponsored by the Pocono Mountains, where small-town charm meets big adventures. Book your trip today by visiting PoconoMountains.com.
We're back on Nittany Game Week. Most college students have some career aspirations. For the former Nittany Lions football players that aspire to play at the next level, the NFL Draft Weekend is a career fair like no other. They may hear their name called in Pittsburgh or could possibly sign a free agent deal Saturday or Sunday after the draft concludes. Our Impact interviews are with the guys working hard to make their NFL dreams a reality.
Football's given me everything I've had in life. Just the opportunities that you get to, play in front of in crowds like this and have those opportunities to step out in the field and, win big games for your team. That's always been a thrill for me and part of the reason why I love, football. And also just to have that brotherhood and camaraderie in the locker room where, you learn a lot of lessons. You're working hard next to the guys next to you, and you really don't get that experience anywhere else. And so, to grind and try to play this game as long as I can is definitely my goal.
Everybody can kind of go to their network for some advice and feedback. You just go right to the family. What did Hayden have to say? And even your dad. Like, what was your preparation like from that standpoint?
Yeah, obviously they're valuable in their advice. Also talking to a couple of the other guys I was training with down in Texas, because we kind of training under the same system, so they know what to look for as far as looking at my 40 start, my get off, how my feet are looking. So just trying to get as much advice as possible, getting up there before my next rep and making sure I'm ready to go.
How about emotionally? What was it different? You've been in a lot of big spots, big stadiums. What was the difference here? Was it kind of?
I'd say it was definitely easier emotionally. Obviously playing in front of 100,000 people can definitely get a little stressful at times. But and here in our practice facility just feels like any other day. So felt good out there.
Who'd you reach out to, whether it's somebody in the NFL or just someone in general that might be familiar with the process, just for some advice and feedback as you're going through not just today, but leading up to potentially playing?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to a few of my old teammates at Syracuse that I was playing with, who are in the league now, just kind of asking for advice and seeing how their process went. I was with them last year at their pro day, so I ran routes for them, so I kind of knew how it was going to be, but I wasn't actually doing it. So it's definitely a different feeling doing it, but I feel like they helped me out and they got me ready for this.
How different was pro day? I mean, you've been in a lot of big environments with football. You're just running out there doing kind of the same thing with a bigger perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's different having a lot of people watching, but at the same time, you do this every day. You just practice, and it's always the same, like workouts that you're doing every day. So, you just can't focus on the outside noise. You just gotta focus on what you're doing and do it to the best of your ability.
It's easy to say just have fun, but it's a whole different atmosphere, different than maybe anything else that you've done. What was the experience like for you now it's over?
It was good. I think from an emotional standpoint, I've always been a guy that's been able to kind of keep my emotions in, and more so just leaning into being with the guys again. Like, just have fun. This is the last time we'll all be together as a group. Enjoy it while we can. There's a lot of change here now, so this is like a sense of back to how it used to be a little bit, just with my teammates, and now moving on to the next level. We're all going to go different places, so being able to just enjoy that moment one last time, and whatever happens. Just like I said, the training will take care of itself. Just let it rip and have fun.
Being out on the field with Big 15, talk about what that experience was like and how he looked today.
Yeah, he looked great. I think everybody looked good. Receivers looked smooth, catching the ball well. Drew throwing the ball really well. It's fun to be able to get back out and kind of how we would during summer workouts, just go out there, routes on air, let it rip, have some fun, do a bunch of different things. I thought overall the whole group as a whole did really well.
I mean everything, everything is, like I said, I'm keep going back to just it being a dream of mine, just working out since I was 3 years old, outside in the backyard, across the street at the park, playing with my cousins, and just making it a dream. And now I'm here, so having the opportunity is just such a blessing.
How about your decision to come here to Penn State? How do you think that's improved your chances and how you've evolved as a wide receiver?
Yeah, I think just coming around across the country, first off, and coming to a team that I have nobody that I know, and just adjusting so well and just being the person I am, I think that helped me so much because, at the end of the day, whatever team I land on, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to get there. I may not know anybody. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to be myself, and then just be a leader that I am.
When I started playing football, 8th grade year, you always dream about, oh my gosh, can I go to the NFL? And then fast forward 8-9 years later, I'm in this position, so it's just a true blessing. There's a lot of hard work that's gone into this, so I'm very happy.
You reached out to anybody in the NFL? I mean, everybody networks with their alumni. Have you reached out to Jordan?
Reached out to Jordan, reached out to Blake. They've done a great job with just making sure that I'm preparing me for this process, and I've asked them with plenty of questions. They've gone back to me. They've been awesome. So happy for Jordan, happy for Blake, getting both re-signed this year. So hopefully I join them in the little brotherhood in the NFL.
What was some of the advice or part of what they told you that might have been a surprise? Like, really, I got to worry about that part of it, or just in general? You know what I mean?
Something that's very important in the NFL is you got to make sure that you're able to hold consistently, and that's something that I had to emphasize heavily in my game. I know I could punt a ball, I know I could kick a ball, but being able to be that third aspect and being able to hold and make sure that the kicker is comfortable in any position, any game scenario, that's something that I worked on a lot this offseason.
State has quite a good network to pick from. Have you ever reached out to the guys in the NFL?
I was lucky enough to have a few really good friends. Jordan Stout, he wasn't here in my time, but he's an awesome guy, and he's helped out all of us a bunch because he was here with some of the guys here. I actually went to high school with Torrey Taylor at the Bears, so kind of bouncing some things off him as well has been awesome. So it's good to have those people, Penn State and non-Penn State, that'll both come out and look after you and tell you what you need to know.
Any feedback or advice that surprised you? Really, I got to worry about that at all? Or, what was their feedback basically about this kind of process?
You got to be consistent. It's just another level step up. You always start off at being the best in your area wherever you go, and then the higher you get up, the better people get. So the competition just steps up, and it's just you got to be your best when your best is required, pretty much.
Best of luck to the guys grinding it out to make it to the next level. Make sure you go to NittanyGameWeek.com for all of our Impact interviews, along with other web-exclusive content. Don't go anywhere, still to come. Tennis, anyone? PSU takes the court for the Big Ten tournament, and we recognize some of the best performances from from the spring athletes in our Dean's List. We're heading into the final minutes on Nittany Game Week.
Nittany Game Week is brought to you by West Shore Home, official partner of Penn State football.
Welcome back to Nittany Game Week. Women's tennis among those spring sports that are battling in the Big Ten playoffs. A tough matchup for the 12th-seeded Nittany Lions, who go up against the 5th-seeded Washington Huskies. Penn State fell to Washington just about a week ago in Big Ten play. They now have a chance for redemption, but the task too tall for the blue and white. The Nittany Lions fall short in the first round to the Huskies, ending their Big Ten title hopes here in 2026. On to this week's Nittany Game Week Dean's List. No shortage of standout Penn State athletes to talk about. We start in men's lacrosse. We're ahead of a Big Ten semifinal next week. Jack Ionatuano is named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. The first-year Penn Stater is doing big things with the Nittany Lions. On the women's side, to wrap up the regular season, Raquette Allen earns an incredible 6th Freshman of the Week selection. This is the most by any Nittany Lion in program history. And of course, a season like that will get you on the All-Big Ten freshman team. Raquette joins 5 of her teammates to earn conference honors. The Lady Radin and Maggie Driver both get on the first team, Anna Salerno on the All-Big Ten second team, and Susanna O'Connell joins Allen on the All-Freshman team. Over to men's gymnastics, 2 athletes to highlight there. Kellen Ryan and Captain Landon Simpson, both named NCAA All-Americans in the all-around after finishing off their campaigns on the podium. This is the most all-around All-Americans the team has had since the 2023 season, which also had 2 honorees. Congrats to this week's Dean's List athletes.
And that list seems to grow every week. Don't forget, we bring PSU fans and alumni together with our Nittany Connect network at NittanyGameWeek.com. The goal is to partner with businesses that support the show and then let our viewers know about their great products and professional services. And of course, you know where to go for all things Nittany Game Week. Air times for all of our network of stations, previous episodes and interviews, all can be found at one convenient location, NittanyGameWeek.com.
And while you're visiting the website, make sure to submit your tailgating and game picks, as we always finish with some pride picks.
Show us your spirit. For Ryan, I'm Todd. Thanks so much for watching Nittany Game Week. We'll see you next time.